The couple was accused of coming up with a plan to wash Bitcoin that had been stolen from Hong Kong-based Bitfinex in 2016. Bitfinex is one of the biggest virtual currency exchanges in the world. Based on how much the money was worth at the time, this was the Justice Department's biggest seizure ever. The New York Times has Stephanie Reynolds. Washington. The Justice Department said on Tuesday that it had found over $3.6 billion in stolen Bitcoin and had also arrested a married couple suspected of laundering the cryptocurrency that hackers had stolen 6 years ago. Ilya Lichtenstein, who is 34, and Heather Morgan, who is 31, were charged in a criminal complaint with planning to wash 119,754 Bitcoin that was stolen from Hong Kong-based Bitfinex in 2016. Bitfinex is one of the largest virtual currency exchanges in the world. Officials from the department say that when the money was seized last week, it was worth the most money that had ever been seized by the agency. When asked if Mr. Lichtenstein and Ms. Morgan had taken part in the hacking, a representative of the Justice Department did not answer. Several currency exchanges have been hacked recently, allowing large amounts of digital cash to be stolen. One of these hacks happened in 2016. Even after the money was found, the theft showed that the still young Bitcoin industry has some security problems. The events sometimes have a big effect on how much Bitcoin is worth. After one of the biggest exchanges in the history of the cryptocurrency market, Bitfinex, was hacked, Bitcoin's value dropped by about 20% at first. Lisa O. Monaco, the Deputy Attorney General, said that the arrests on Tuesday show that cryptocurrency is not a haven for criminals. The people who were arrested washed stolen money through a maze of cryptocurrency transactions in an unsuccessful attempt to stay anonymous online. Mr. Lichtenstein and Ms. Morgan went to court in Manhattan on Tuesday afternoon in front of a federal judge. A $5 million bond was put on Mr. Lichtenstein, and a $3 million bond was put on Ms. Morgan. When asked for a comment, the lawyer who represents them didn't answer right away. The complaint says that Mr. Lichtenstein, who also goes by the name Dutch, has said that he is a software entrepreneur and has citizenship in both the US and Russia. Ms. Morgan calls herself a serial entrepreneur and an irreverent, funny rapper on her LinkedIn page. In the complaint, it is said that Ms. Morgan also goes by the name Razzlekhan, and the couple is accused of working together to cheat the US. Lisa O. Monaco, who is the Deputy Attorney General, said that the charges prove that cryptocurrency is not a haven for criminals. Lisa O. Monaco, who is the Deputy Attorney General, said that the charges prove that cryptocurrency is not a haven for criminals. According to court documents, the hacker who broke into Bitfinex's computers started 2,000 transactions to send 119,754 stolen Bitcoin to Mr. Lichtenstein's digital wallet. The Justice Department said that about 25,000 of these Bitcoin were moved out of Mr. Lichtenstein's wallet over the past 5 years through a complicated series of transactions that were meant to hide the fact that the money had been stolen from Bitfinex. Investigators were able to track the movement of the cryptocurrency, though, by using the blockchain. The blockchain is a permanent electronic database that keeps track of every time a Bitcoin is moved to a new digital wallet. Some of these payments were put into accounts that Mr. Lichtenstein and Ms. Morgan were in charge of. According to the complaint, Mr. Lichtenstein and Ms. Morgan spent some of the money on things like gold, tokens that could only be used once, and a Walmart gift card. On January 31st, law enforcement agents were able to access Mr. Lichtenstein's wallet after getting a search warrant that gave them access to the encrypted files in Mr. Lichtenstein's cloud storage account. Court documents say that investigators took the 94,636 Bitcoin that was still in that wallet the next day. They were worth more than $3.6 billion. The Justice Department thinks that the 119,754 Bitcoin that was stolen in the Bitfinex attack in 2016 is now worth more than $4.5 billion. At the time of the attack, Bitcoin was worth about $71 million. The arrest shows that the Justice Department will not let cryptocurrency be a safe harbor for money laundering or a zone of lawlessness within our financial system. According to a statement from the head of the Department of Justice's Criminal Division, Kenneth A. Polite Jr. As more Americans buy and sell cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, the government has started to regulate some of the most important exchanges in the country. Even though most trading still happens on exchanges like Bitfinex that aren't regulated and don't tell customers much about how they work. Cryptocurrencies still move through decentralized computer networks that aren't controlled by any one government or company. The lack of regulation in the world of virtual currency exchanges has led to several problems that could hurt consumer trust in cryptocurrencies and make it harder for people to use them. The first Bitcoin exchange, Mt. Gox, closed in 2014 after hackers broke into its security systems and stole $500 million from its customers. Law enforcement has also brought charges against people who run exchanges and are thought to be helping criminals. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.